So while the labor market is humming along, the same cannot be said for corporate profits. Overall, earnings for companies in the S&P 500 are forecast to fall, continuing a trend of the past few quarters. Dominic Chu tells us just how ugly it might get.
In just a couple of weeks, a lot of focus for traders and investors will turn back towards company-specific stories, specifically because in a couple of weeks we start large-cap earnings season yet again. And this time the estimates, they're not very good, at least to start. Here's what we're talking about. If you take a look at S&P 500 companies, the analysts over at Thomson Reuters IBIS compile all of these analyst estimates, and right now they're showing what could be a forecasted 7% decline in S&P 500 profits over the same time last year. And it's not just bottom line profits. It's also what's happening with sales as well. They're forecasted to fall by about 1%. It would be the third consecutive drop in quarterly profits and the fifth consecutive quarterly drop in terms of sales if it comes to fruition. Now, it's going to be a big deal to talk about energy. It has been for quite some time. But if you strip out the negative effects of those falling oil prices, you get a different story, a significantly better one, but still bad. Earnings would only drop by about 2% at that point if you stripped out energy, and revenues would actually rise by about 2%. So why is energy such a big focus this time around? It always has been for earnings season ever since oil prices have fallen. But take a look at how bad it's going to get. The only positive stories we can really talk about right now are in consumer discretionary, up about 14% in terms of profits. Telecommunications stocks up by about 5.5%. Here's where it gets a little tough. Material stocks are forecasted to drop by 19% in terms of profits. Energy stocks by a shocking 99%. So that's the reason why energy will be a big focus, and some of those earnings estimates for S&P 500 companies are not quite as robust as some would like. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Dominic Chu